everyone, it's Minty, and in this video I'm going to be doing a couple of different art projects, starting off with some realism, and then later on I'll do a character drawing. This realistic drawing is for school, so I already drew some of it there, but I'm aiming to finish it off today. Introducing the star of the show, which is my tiny white pencil. Sadly he's coming to the end of his life, but it's okay, I have another one. In case you didn't notice, I'm using the Prismacolor pencils from the 24 skin tone set. I haven't used these pencils all that much, but when I do use them it always works out well. And it's already time for a snack. Thank you to my sister for giving me this. I haven't had one of these in what feels like forever. And back to the drawing. This took me 2 days, but technically 7 hours if I only count the times when I was drawing. So yeah, it did take a very, very long time. I would usually never ever volunteer to work so long on something like this. I just don't have the patience for it, but I had to force myself because it's for school. The task was just to make a realistic drawing, and obviously I went for a person because that's literally all I draw, and we got given a week to do it. Now that is not very much considering how many exams I have coming up and how much homework I get given on the daily. I decided that I had to get this finished today, so that's what I did. I worked on it for the entire day, breaks of about 5 minutes because I was not wasting any time here. But for that, I needed some extra motivation, so I got out all my equipment and I set up to film it so that I would have even more reason to finish it quickly so that I could post for you guys. Yay! And if there's anything that I learned from this, I would say you just need to remember that it's about drive, it's about power. Moving on. The reference photo is from Pinterest. If I can find it again, I'll link it in the description. Considering I barely ever do realism, this was a pretty ambitious photo to pick. The details in the face, how the cheek gets squished by the hands, and not to mention the lighting made me kind of scared to try it. But honestly, I'm glad I chose a more detailed photo because I think it helped the final result look more realistic in a way. Since there isn't a large area that needs to be blended, there's less room for mistakes. Hopefully that kind of made sense. I tried to copy the reference photo as best as I could, but I do think that the proportions on mine are slightly different. Mine doesn't look as pretty as I think the reference photo does, but it's okay, it still looks good, and I'm proud of not making the eyes too big because that is something that I naturally do all the time when I try to do realistic faces. Because I'm used to drawing cartoony, I do bigger eyes, and that sometimes translates to my realism. But I think for once I actually got the eyes to be the right size. I think that I've improved since the last time I used these color pencils, which was quite a while ago actually, and I don't know how I got better without doing any practice, but I guess it's because I've been practicing other styles of drawing. This was the last time I used my color pencils, and it was quite a while ago, and it's not a full portrait, but it is the most recent, so yeah, there's a comparison of improvement, I guess. I brought out one of my Ohuhu markers to do some of the black parts, because my black pencil is also getting a bit small like my white one. It's about half the size that it used to be, which is still okay to use, but I don't want to waste it when I could just use a marker instead, so that's what I did. My favourite part of this entire drawing is definitely the nose. I just think it looks the most realistic out of any part on this drawing, and I really like how I did the lighting on it. But I have to say, I'm definitely quite proud of the lips because I've never managed to get realistic lips right. They always look really dry or streaky. This is how it looks so far, and as you can see, I have not done the hair yet, and that is because I have no idea how to do realistic hair, especially not black hair because I'm not sure what colours to use and all that. It's just pretty difficult. I'm sure I could do it if I did work at it for a long time, but that would definitely add at least another hour onto this whole process. So I decided to take the easy route and pretend I was making a really artistic choice here. What I did was I mixed some paint. I decided on purple because that was the color of the lighting and it would just work a little better than something like yellow, you know? And I simply painted over where the hair would be and made it look like she was behind this painted wall or something like that. It's just supposed to look really cool and like artistic and purposeful, even though I just did it to hide the non-existent hair. Once I mixed the paint, I didn't really have an actual plan. I just went into it and I had to carry on because otherwise the paint would dry because it is acrylic paint and it dries really quickly. So I just made it look all painterly and strokeful. Is that a word? Probably not. Anyway, that's what I did. But it still didn't look right to me, so I went in with a white Posca and I added this abstract patterny thing with some squares and rectangles and spots. It makes no sense, but it looks good. Okay, it looks good. So yeah, that's the finished product, and I am quite proud of it since it took so long to actually finish, and I'm glad that I'm done. But then I did have to do one more thing, which is sort out this drawing, which is a graphite drawing that I did for school as well, but it kind of transferred onto the other drawing and all that. So what I'm doing is I'm putting some tracing paper over the top of it just to stop it from getting any grey marks on the other page, which obviously has my colour drawing in it. And I also wanted to show quickly this drawing, which is an Ohuhu marker portrait. It's supposed to be realistic. It's still kind of cartoony, but I do like it because I've never done that with Ohuhus before. And now I'm going to be doing that marker drawing that I mentioned that I would be doing earlier. So I don't know what I titled this video, but hopefully you expected to see this. I'm not sure if I'm going to call this video realistic draw with me or whatever, but if I did, I'm sorry, because this is not realistic. But whatever you came here for, hopefully you enjoyed this part of the video too. The reason that I'm doing this character drawing so randomly in this video is because, well, it's actually a long story. Basically, I hosted a contest about a year ago or so, and as a prize for one of the winners, I said that I would draw their OC, and I did this digitally all the way last year, and I sent it to them, but turns out they didn't actually receive the drawing because of technical issues or whatever, and I don't have the digital version that I did because it was so long ago. So I decided to draw it again traditionally so that I can send it to them, and this one will not get lost if any technical issues happen again. So yeah, it's annoying that they had to wait this long for it, and I'm sorry about that. But on the bright side, this version is going to be better than the digital version that I gave, or well, I made to give last year, because my art has improved and this is traditional, and I'm better at traditional than digital anyway. So yeah, this should be better than the version they were going to get originally anyway. I don't have any information about the OC to give you because this isn't a drawing your OCs video, it's just more of a commission type thing. So yeah, I'm not sure what her name is or anything, but she is really cute. And oh yeah, I'll show the original on screen right now. And can we just appreciate this person's art style? I mean, it explains why they won my contest that I did. I think I might still have the drawing that they entered to the contest. If I still have it, I'll show it on screen because I really love it. Since I've been talking about that contest that I did, I can practically smell the comments saying, when are you going to do another contest? And I'm probably not, to answer your question. That's probably a huge disappointment because I know everyone loves a good old art contest, but it's just so much work. And I was only able to pull off doing a contest in lockdown because I had so much free time, but it's really not the same anymore, and it's just too much time to go through all the entries, and just to choose a winner is hard enough. Sorry if you were looking forward to me hosting another one, but there are always other art contests going on YouTube, especially with the small art YouTube community. I wouldn't mind doing another DTIYS though, a draw this in your style. It just wouldn't be a contest, so there wouldn't be a winner, but I could still make a drawing that you guys could redraw if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, I finished this drawing on the same day as the realism one, so I did manage to fit in a lot of art. I'm satisfied with the final product and I had a lot of fun drawing it, so I hope the person that I'm sending it to will like it. Thank you everyone for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!